All right, so getting straight into it, my guest right now is the man managing one of Zambia's biggest record labels with the roster full of some of the country's top artists and producers. Now, we know that Mr. Kalandya may have added his name to the label name, but he's gotten a team of professionals, such as my guest here, to manage the business. And no, I'm not just saying this because I'm trying to get my young brother a record deal that I feel he really deserves and all that, but because he really is. Allow me to welcome the general manager at Kalandya Music Promotions, KMP, in Sash. How you doing?
I'm all right, brother. How you doing?
I'm great. Great to have you here.
Thank you.
And
brought
I
me
think,
out.
yeah, we brought you out. I know you're not a camera person, but
no.
we needed to clear the air.
Sure. Feel free. Shoot.
Let's start off with this. I mean, you're managing a team full of celebrities, people who are...
By the way, it's biggest label in the country.
Oh,
one of.
Okay.
Biggest.
Well, he said it. I have to be neutral, so we'll allow you to say it. But your team...
Maybe biggest in Southern Africa too. It's very possible. It's very possible.
But tell us this. I mean, your rights to brag can be validated because you have very talented artists on the roster.
We do.
Some of the biggest celebrities in the country, producers, like I've mentioned. But what is it like managing these artists?
It's hectic. Today you wake up, Dandy says this. Tomorrow you wake up, Richie Busy does this. Next day you wake up, Bobby is doing this. You know, it's crazy, but it's fun.
So how do you manage to maneuver around that?
So basically, maybe a little bit more light. So basically, KMP is a record label, and we do have a structure. We do have a management, and each artist has managers and booking agents and everything else, and I manage the overall business. Yeah.
Okay. Of course, as the general manager.
Yes.
But speaking of that, you mentioned Bobby's, Rich Busy, Dandy, Crazy. These are artists who I think people knew even before the establishment of Kalandya Music Promotions.
Yes,
and
yes.
and that's the notion people have, that you go for the big artists. What was the idea behind signing artists who've already established their brands as opposed to grooming an artist from scratch?
Okay. Business, okay, commercial value. So think about this. For a guy like Slap, right? He handles XYZ. He's reached a pinnacle, right? But that has been with his blood and sweat, and he invests his own money. So basically, from the outside, it looks like they're big financially. You see what I mean, right? When they're actually not. So what we do is now we come to help them cross over the line that they've been building for a long time. It's much easier. So we kind of like, okay, this is where you are. I think we can help you go maybe a bit further. So what is it that you want in terms of you as an artist? So then we just add on to what they've already built, you know? So for us, it's easier as a businessman or as a business person to say, look, if I invest in Richie Busy's brand, Richie Busy is popular, he's famous, he's got a fan base. So we can easily improve his brand than taking one from super scratch. It takes much longer. It's much easier for me to have return on investment if I work with Richie Busy than an upcoming. But I'm not saying we don't have something for upcomings.
Yeah, and that's another thing, because people ask that sometimes, saying, people don't want to work with upcoming artists. Is this something that you've been working on as well?
Yes, we have an affiliate program. We have an affiliate program, which of course, we have a lot of artists and us that we've been working on projects. We have not released them yet, but we're going to this year, because this year was meant for actually upcomings. We have a TV program that we're about to launch. It's called Be the Next Star. Will be, have you ever seen, you know Idols? Right?
Yes.
So it's same format as Idols, just different. Maybe in terms of capacity, probably the same. There'll be probably the same wavelength. Because if you think about it, for a long time you've had competitions in the country that focus on, they're small, but we're gonna build actual talent. So we'll be looking for 4 stars, 1 producer, a musician, a hip hop artist, and someone who does really Piquet Chala type of kind of music. Because for us, we're about promoting Zambian music. And when we say promoting Zambian music, it doesn't mean only hip hop. We go all the way, whether it's Kalindula, whether it's hip hop or rumba, anything. But as long as it's Zambian music, so we promote Zambian music because we are about Zambian music.
Let's discuss the elephant in the room, which is artists who are under Kalandya Music Promotions, and again from the business side coming through from 2021. The perception out there being that these are the patriotic front, music mouthpieces and all that. How have you been handling that perception that people have out there and just making them understand that it's for business, despite them feeling like they were betrayed?
It's hard because at the end of the day, people have opinions. And I think the problem with opinions is that we have people that are gullible, that will, for example, take what is said on social media as solid gold, then without really knowing the truth. Okay? So we can't stop what people say or think. So the only things I've told my team is we keep doing what we do, make music. We have people that listen to us, they'll continue. Those that don't listen to us, they'll switch off the radio. We wish they could still listen to us, but it's about music. So my people are making music, they're doing international collabs, they're working. So we continue.
Let's also talk about a very controversial thing from 2020 to now, and it recently came up again because the Ministry of Youth, Sport and Art brought it up, issues of empowerment funds. There are some who think, Kalandya Music Promotions and the empowerment funds are synonymous. Everyone under KMP got money for the empowerment funds. Tell us more about this, or just to clear the air on that.
All right, so we don't know anything about that. First, number one, we never made any application to any Ministry of for any funds. No application, zero. So as a business, as an organization, we didn't. So I don't even understand. But I do understand. Maybe the thing that you have to understand, Chimweka, is that we're a big label. And maybe it's because people see so much influence that we have, and so they can create any story around. But there is no real facts to that. We're not associated. We made no application. We received no funds, zero. Our office is open. You can come and check.
Greetings all over the world. This is Maiko Zulu, and you are watching On the Table with Chimweka. Yaman.
Let's address another issue that's been arising quite commonly lately. I've had about 2 people come through on this very show prior to you coming through, and that's why we even thought it would be good to have you here, talking about how they're not being given contracts and they've been waiting and whatnot. I'll give case in point. Drifted Trek, who says he's been waiting for a contract. January is over. From the last time I spoke with him, he doesn't have a contract. Dismo. And by the way, these are artists that were officially welcomed on the Kalandya Music Promotions Facebook page. What's going on with that? Why aren't these artists getting the contracts that they're waiting for?
All right, thank you. So let's first put some things in perspective. All right. So when we call artists, we have an affiliate. Like I said, we have an affiliate program. Right. We do know, for example, that our main roster now, at some point, their commercial value might not be the same. So we need to have other people that will take over from the main roster. You see what I mean, right? And our main roster is big. So what we do is that we identify upcoming artists, people we think have got potential and would have eventually be very commercially viable, and we put them under a program we call KMP Rising Stars. Okay, and in that program we make observations. Number one, we check behavior, we check whether they are brandable, we check whether their music will sell in 1 year or 2 years. We check what impact they have on social media. We check their numbers. We check what type of views they have. So we kind of like, we take it slowly, unlike just saying, oh, this is the guy, and we throw money at them, or we brand them and we do videos at them, and then they don't produce nothing. So we kind of like, it's like interns. That's a word. It's interns.
Probation.
Yeah, it's probation. It's not so it's like, oh, Chimweka, I'm going to watch you for a while to see whether you're a great presenter. You see what I mean, right? And when I'm fully convinced and the market is ready for you, then I'll be like, okay, can we now make a next step? What do we now need to do for your brand for us to make the next leap? You see what I mean, right? Because you can't ask people to invest in you when you can't invest in yourself. You see what I mean, right? You can't sit at home and say, oh yeah, Mr. Sash is going to give me a contract for KMP. No, you have to work. You have to be seen. We have to know that that you're moving the country. You know what I
So
mean?
in short, you're saying is these people didn't meet the probation criteria, they didn't pass probation. You didn't think they had the same commercial value as you thought they would have.
No, for example, I think we still have this program with Drifter. Drifter is our guy. We really love Drifter. And we have plans for him. But in any company, you have a turnaround time. You see what I mean, right? So there are times that you might not move as quickly as the artist wants to move. You see what I mean? And some artists would say, okay, I think I've waited enough. I'd like to do my own thing. You see what I mean? Or guys, do you still have a plan for me? I say, yeah, please wait. So there are those that wait, and there are those that say, no, I can't.
So the ones who probably are right now talking about these issues and left, do you feel they just weren't patient enough?
No, they were not patient enough.
So how long did you plan on
I'll
making
give you an example. Do you know how long it took for us to agree with Slap? 1 year. And he's big. Now
so
think about
he only got his
so now think
contract
about
after 1 year?
Yeah, that's 1 year of talking and wanting to do stuff, right? Now think
But,
about
but he was still going under, I'm under KMP, but waiting for 1 year?
Yeah. For example, you see my point, right?
Okay.
Because it's about value. We invest real money. We invest real things in an artist. It's business. You see what I'm trying to say? So there are there's a big metrics that we have to follow. We have to see, do you have followers? Can corporates work with you? You see what I mean, right? How many sales can you make when you do an album? You see what I mean, right? So now here's a guy, has clout, right? And when you go to his YouTube page, 3 months he has 5,000 views. Do you think it's worth investing in?
So then why did you invite them over in the beginning?
Get the point.
If that's what the
Get the
situation
point.
is.
Chimweka, you have potential, right? I really think we could do something, but this is the parameter. I need you to be able to meet ABCD parameters for me to be able to say, okay, I think this is worth going into business.
So people like J Cash, Dismo, all these people.
No,
you
J
thought were
Cash is a
not-
little bit different.
Uh,
J Cash, we talked. We didn't come to an agreement. We talked. We didn't come to an agreement.
Dismo,
I can still go back for Cash. I like Cash.
Dismo.
Dismo, we gave him an affiliate program, and he maybe was not patient enough. Because I know one of my guys in the team really, really loves him and would really like to work with him, but I think he was not patient enough.
Snorri XO.
No, we didn't give Scenario XO any plan.
Okay.
No plan. Clout.
So let's look at it from this perspective now. Do you plan on signing some more artists, already established artists? Because there's some now who are still not under label, and sometimes people even wonder why.
So it's not just about being established. It's whether you have commercial value. You see what I mean, right? I do know artists who are big in name, but would never make a penny, right? So then, as a businessman, is it worth me investing in it?
So from all these artists that, before we even talk about your maps, the ones who've left saying they've not had a contract. and
First,
all
by the
that,
way, they can only be KMP artists when they sign.
when they sign, okay, the
So the ones who wanted to come,
oh, yeah,
yes.
the ones who you also announced were welcome in the team, but weren't signed. Also, we must put that into context. So do you regret any of them leaving? You've spoken about J Cash and you would like to still have him, but are there any others that you feel bad left and you wish they stayed a bit longer?
No one has left.
Oh, no one. Anyway, you
Yeah,
know what
so
I mean.
Let's
You know what I mean here.
no. Let's call it what it is. So
Anyway,
Chimweka,
the ones who
Chimweka, you can
who
only,
you feel
you
are
can
not
only
patient
leave
enough.
something that you are really a part of.
Okay, fine. Since you want to be technical.
So today,
Uh-huh.
if you leave Diamond TV, that
Yeah.
makes sense. But if you were never a Diamond TV employee, I can't come today and say, because I was on Diamond TV.
Okay, since we're going to use semantics,
Yes.
who you feel was not patient enough and is now disattached, if we can put it that way. Detached, rather.
I think there's nobody.
Nobody.
Hear me. We have a lot of talent.
Yeah.
We have a lot of talent that we've signed, and some of them you've not even heard.
Yeah.
That's great talent, and you'll be wild starting from March, April. You'll be wild. So if somebody feels their vibe and our business and their business can't really work, it's not really a problem because we didn't have you in the first place, so we can't feel any loss. You see what I mean? You didn't bring us money. We didn't give you money. We didn't record anything with you. You didn't record anything with us. So there's no loss, really.
How did you feel about Yo Maps leaving KMP? Because we can say he left KMP, right? Because now, since we're going into...
No. He didn't leave KMP. He completed his contract at KMP. There's a difference. You see what I mean?
And
leaving is, I have a term, I cut it in the middle, I run.
So, did you offer him a renewed contract?
I cannot talk further.
Because I know from the time he was announcing that he will no longer be with KMP. You also put out a statement, KMP put out a statement saying you'd have loved to continue the relationship.
He's our boy. We built him. We've been building with him, you know. He's one of our faces. So, of course, he's loved.
Yeah.
Yes.
Would you still like an opportunity to continue working with him?
Oh, for sure. Why not? It's Maps.
And offer him a new contract?
I would offer him 10 million if I have to. It's Maps.
Others feel that he left or he didn't continue with KMP for various reasons, and people think the label is at fault.
His contract came to an end. If someone's contract, listen, Chimweka, you're a professional. You have a contract with Diamond TV. If your contract comes to an end and you want to try something else, you want to do something else, nobody can force you.
But there must be a reason. If Diamond TV give me an opportunity to continue,
that's his discretion.
And I choose not to, then probably.
For me, that's his discretion.
Especially at the beginning of the show, you said it's the biggest record label in Zambia.
It is.
In the southern region. So why wouldn't I want to continue my relationship with the biggest record label in the country?
I mean, he did say he wanted to be independent and he wanted to try some things. So I said, all right, sure. He's young. Remember, he's different from the other artists I have, right? He recently blossomed and we are also part of his blossoming. You see what I mean, right? So he's a little bit different from other artists. So if he feels like, okay, I think guys may want to do ABCD, I don't think I want to do this, then it's fine.
But he went and joined Nexus Music, who, according to you, are not as big as Kalandya Music Promotions. How do you feel about that?
Bro, let him have some fun. You know, it's growth, he needs it. Let him have some fun. Because the artists I have their own music labels, they're big. They have artists under them. You see what I mean? He's not had that experience, let him experience. Let him enjoy. Let him move from Nexus to maybe Def Jam or Sony. It's his journey. You see what I mean? If KMP was a start for him, we thank God we're part of that journey. You see what I mean? Because he's one of Zambia's biggest artists. So we thank God that we're part of that journey. And as he goes, let him do his thing. Yes.
So you've mentioned your affiliate program and artists that people can expect this year. What more can what can they expect rather from KMP this year?
More international collabos. We have something cooking. Big collabos cooking.
Yeah. It seems like we can expect that. I mean, with last year ending quite well, AKA Rich Busy had the John Vulligate guys, MT Rough Kid.
Yeah.
So we can expect even bigger artists, isn't it?
We're going bigger this year. We're really going bigger.
Sash, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, brother.
By the way, I mean you have Stash as well.
Yes.
Then there's Sash. Don't people get confused?
Sometimes they do. Sometimes they do. They try to confuse me with my little brother, you know.
Yeah.
I tell him, bro, I'm still bigger, but it's good. He's an amazing guy.
All right, we'll be joined by Sash, the general manager at Kalandya Music Promotions, just to clear the air on some of these issues. We hope you have had a better understanding of what exactly is going on. We have more coming up on the table when we get back.